Andy and Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Yesterday we were off. I was going
Yes.
to tape one of our giveaways, and it all fell through at the last minute. So
It's all good.
yeah, we'll get to it. I just didn't have you need your show prep where you scribble
What?
down whatever you're going to do, and I can't ask you to scribble so fast. So we
Yeah.
took the day off. Is what we did.
It's all good.
It's all good.
No worries.
No worries.
Good
Did
weekend, though. I mean, we usually talk about that on Monday. It's Tuesday, but
the weekend? A little
yeah.
burned out
You
from
had
the
the
tree.
singing Christmas tree?
Yeah, huge. A little tired from that. What was it? Sunday night, after everything settled down, I said to Cindy, why don't we watch this Eddie Murphy Amazon Candy Cane Lane? I bet you that's going to be funny, right?
Yeah, I didn't get a good. I don't know why. I just didn't
Well, let me tell you
I
something.
wasn't into it.
You really got the right on it, because I don't know if one of Eddie Murphy's kids needed a kidney or a new car or whatever they needed.
Cash
But
the check, film.
that's what this was,
Mhm.
and it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just not funny. Just kind of what was it?
pointless.
Yeah.
Pointless. Yeah, it was awful.
I don't think we need any new contemporary Christmas films.
You always have to
We
try.
really don't. I don't think you do.
Always, every
You don't need to
studio
update
every
it.
year is going to take some
Yeah.
stab at it,
Mhm.
hoping
And
that
it
they get
always
something
fit.
to catch.
Elf was the last one they got right, and that was Elf was really good. Will Ferrell. That was Will Ferrell, James Caan. That was Bob Newhart. That was really
pill to
was
swallow.
good.
How
was that hard to swallow? It was.
He annoyed me. Cindy had it on in here just the other day, and it was just too over the
great.
top. Over the top.
Okay.
But anyway, but the Eddie Murphy thing got me thinking, because there was a line in there where they referred to a Hollywood agency that I had to deal with in the past, and it was the agency that actually represented Robert Schimmel.
Okay.
And
great late comedian.
Oh my God. And I got thinking last night, I said, I wonder if there's anything from Schimmel on Amazon.
And there is.
There's one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The HBO thing is not running right now for whatever reason, but there is a Schimmel comedy special on Amazon, and I watched that, and it felt like for the first 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, he struggled. But once he got into it pretty good, It was fun to watch Robert Schimmel again. I like that.
Good.
Yeah, good dude.
I had an interesting parenting weekend with Max. I took him to the Northview Muskegon Heights basketball game, and that was cool. Northview dominated that. Sorry, team from the Heights. You get some great athletes on that team, but Northview's just when it comes to hoops right now, they were just ran them off the court. But anyway, Saturday he was kind of moping around because he hadn't been feeling well during the week, and he had a little cough, a little sniff. Was like, okay, and we were going to do the gym on Saturday and Sunday, and did a little bit on Saturday, and then he wanted to play basketball on Sunday. He was like, really jonesing, and like, okay, yeah. So I got up, I was ready to go, and he was up most of the night, like playing Fortnite with his buddies. I'm like, oh, cool, because I remember I'm hearing in his room at like 1:00 in the morning.
Oh.
So I decided I'll let him sleep a little bit at like 10:30. Like, okay, dude, let's go. Get up, let's go. I don't feel good. I'm like, really? Dude, I know you were up all night playing, but you're fine. I just don't feel like
and you turned into Cocaine Bear on him. You went nuts.
I was like, fine. No, I didn't go nuts. No, that's not.
No?
It's like, I was like, this is bullshit, whatever. So I went to the fitness center, got in, and I took him home, and later that afternoon, and again, he was up in his room all day just playing video, which is fine.
Right.
But he's a guy he's a kid who professes, he wants to be an athlete, wants to do this, wants to do that. And I just had the kind of like one of those come to Jesus moments with him where, and I understand lazy teenagers. I totally get that. Hell, I'm a poster child for underachievement as an adult. So I know the path that just being perpetually lazy can lead you down. And some things just kind of come too easy for him, especially like socially.
Yeah.
Like where you and I maybe had maybe our issues in middle school. This kid's just walking on. It's all, you know, sunshine and lollipops.
So you had
for this kid in middle school. No, we had this. No, we're driving. And it's like, you know, he's like, yeah, it's like, you know, he got cut from the basketball team earlier. He was the last kid cut. Like he could have made like that. And I said, because he started because he can get this attitude. Yeah, I'm good at this. I'm good at that. It's like, really? How's basketball season going for you? You know, bring up the fact that he got cut and that kind of, oh yeah, I did.
Oh,
and I thought, and I thought about it. I said, yeah. I said, be honest. I said, you were the last kid cut. You could have made it. Be honest. Did you put in the effort you could have put in? Because it was like a couple of days before tryouts, I said, hey, you want to go to the fitness center and shoot some hoops, really get ready? Yeah. No, I don't feel like it. I was that. And it's like, if you want, whatever you want to be, I said, I don't care if you play basketball. I don't care if you play football. I don't care if you do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
But you say you want to do this. Whatever you want to do, whether it's athletics, whether it's a job down the road, it's going to require some work and it's going to require effort.
Yeah.
The happiness in your life is going to be directly related to the amount of effort you put in and the attitude you have.
Okay.
So he kind of got that at the end of it when I dropped him off. It was, and well, it's one of those things just as a parent, because I feel like I'm preaching this to myself as I'm preaching it to him at the same time. Because again, I get that mindset. It's just, sometimes it's just a little frustrating because you got to keep hammering this into kids now, especially now, because they have way more distractions than we had growing up. It's just, that's just the society we live in.
Well, so should the day come that the kid needs a shrink? I know some.
Wait, what's he going to need a shrink for? That's just good, hard parenting at the end of the day.
Hey, got nothing. Hey, I'm just saying.
What does he need a shrink for?
When you find him balled up in the corner in a fetal position.
I say, suck it up, Buttercup.
Yep. Okay.
Get your ass to work. And you know that. In fact, that goes for most everybody, right?
Yep.
Just
that's right.
Suck it up and get to work.
Absolutely. Get to work.
That's the only. Honestly, you want to solve most of your problems, and most of your problems.
Get to work.
Put in a little more effort. Put in a little more effort. Let me ask you this. What's the alternative? Curling up in the fetal position and bitching and crying about it, or sucking it up, doing what you can do. Now, that doesn't mean that occasionally you can't take a day to kind of recalibrate. That's fine. But then after you're done doing that, lick your wounds, get your ass back to work.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you can do.
Great viewpoint.
All right. There you go. The Supreme Court continues to deliberate a settlement with OxyContin maker Purdue Pharma. The settlement would shield members of the Sackler family from civil lawsuits over the toll of the opioids. Now, under the agreement, the Sacklers would contribute up to $6 billion to combat the opioid epidemic and give up ownership, with its profits being used for treatments and prevention. This is one of those things where it seems kind of like on the surface, like the Sackler family is kind of getting away a little light here. But if you were to do the civil lawsuits, there'd be thousands upon thousands of them. Individually, the people are not going to get a lot of money, if hardly anything from this. So it's kind of one of these things where in order to get some of these victims and some of these victims' families at least something, this is kind of the way you got to go about it, unfortunately. And it's really what the Sackler family did was kind of, I mean, it was pretty sick. I mean, doctors were paid off to overprescribe this stuff. Great movie on, I believe it's on Netflix, Dope Sick.
Yep.
I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard great things about it. I guess Matthew Broderick's in it, and it kind of shines the light on how this happened. The FDA didn't do its job. The doctors weren't doing their job because, hey, they were raking in the cash.
That's right.
So, and this is, I mean, and now we're a nation of addicts now. So that's just, this is we are where we are in part because of this.
Okay.
So, what else is going on? I saved this story for you. I was going to do this yesterday.
Oh, wonderful.
But this was
it's about the Detroit Lions.
No, it's all over for Kiss. Probably the legendary rock band played their final show of their farewell tour at Madison Square Garden back on Saturday night. That wraps up a 50-year career of touring. I've always said, and I wasn't a huge Kiss guy. Again, I like their studio stuff better than their live albums, but that half a dozen songs that I really, really liked. I thought they were great. They were what rock was kind of supposed to be. Don't give me any of your bullshit messages. Just, balls to the wall, cool music, party, and all that stuff. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
I know they were a seminal band in your life.
Big time. And at the, I was working, so I didn't get to do the pay-per-view or anything like that. And I heard mixed things about the pay-per-view, so whatever, who cares? I think I've seen them 20 plus times, I think, over the years. Really, honestly, have been given everything by that band that a fan could ever ask for. Every meet and greet experience, every ultra cool thing, an exclusive gift with that big poster downstairs and all that other kind of stuff. But at the end of it, when they announced that they were going to be VR characters from here on out, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Oh my God.
Why does that bother you? I mean, it's a way for them to still.
It's dumb. No, it's
continue
dumb.
Doing that.
It's dumb. To become a legend, sometime you got to go away.
I don't think so.
I really
don't.
And
okay, go ahead.
Look at these Marvel movies. They're starting to fail. That they're starting to not be so incredible. All this VR stuff is. It's cool. It's just getting overdone. And I think a rock band, if it was Kiss, if it was Def Leppard, if it was Motley Crue, if it was whoever, this just happened to be Kiss that took this first step into this new.
And they're gonna do it. I mean, they were the first rock band on lunch pails.
You know what? Great, go ahead and do it. But it just looks stupid. It's like you're getting into something a little too late because it's kind of already been played out, in my opinion. And I just would. Are you? Well, first and foremost, you're not going to buy a ticket to anything.
No,
but
I'm not anyway. If you're giving me free, I saw Kiss in concert. And they were great.
I know, right? Yeah, right.
Open up for Aerosmith.
But they're expecting to sell concert tickets to go see VR characters playing around on the screen.
Somebody's going to pay for it.
I know.
So
it's just dumb. It's a dumb idea. It's time to roll off into the sunset. It really is. Yep.
Here's why you're wrong on this. And I get why, because you're looking at this from a super, like this was your band from the time you were 7 years old.
Yep.
You're what, 52, 53?
Yep.
So you're looking at 4.5 decades of fandom, and nobody ever, whether it's sports or whether it's music or whether it's entertainment, whatever, as a fan, if you can separate your fandom and try to look at it from the artist's or the athlete's perspective, because people do this at athletes. Oh, why don't they retire? Why don't they? Because they still want to make some money.
I get that.
That's their career. And would they rather do that? Do you want to do virtual reality
from past albums?
Okay, but but you could do that, or you could do the county fair circuit.
Right.
Do you want to be Gene Simmons stomping around in your 70s at the Barry County Fair? Shit, no. You do the VR thing. You're like, you know what? I want to set back, do this virtually, and rake in the cash. And you know what? After 50 years, good for them.
All right. Well,
good for them.
I think it's silly. I think it's
Of course it's silly.
It's just dumb.
But it's not your career. That's the thing. This is you as a fan. It's their career, so it's one of those like whatever you want.
I didn't take anything away from their career. I personally, I would say this is a mistake in their career.
I think most Kiss fans would probably agree with you.
There you have it.
There you go. Finally, casino workers in Detroit have ended their nearly 2 months long strike. Union members of the Detroit Casino Council voted to ratify a new contract. 5-year agreement comes after a 47-day work stoppage. So there you go. I mean, I didn't even think the casinos weren't shut down. I don't know what the hell was going
Imagine
on.
what those sheets look like.
Oof. Good Lord. Gross. Sports. Sparty takes on Wisconsin
down to the Detroit casinos.
Tonight.
We'll have our sheets leaning up against the walls. From the
Michigan right now, the favorite to win college football's national championship. Of course, they were one of the 4 playoff teams moving up to number 1.
Michigan.
And their reward, they get the University of Alabama, perpetual powerhouse. Roll damn Tide. They're a 1.5 point favorite. That ain't happening. I will put money on it right now.
What's that?
I will go $20 with you right now. I will take Bama. You can have Michigan. The road ends at the Rose Bowl on New Year's Day for Michigan. It's over. And when I say it's over, it's over. Because Harbaugh is gone. Michigan's gonna. It's done. And that's not. It's over. Done.
I gotta think about it.
I gotta think about it. Michigan number 1. Oh, Alabama, I gotta think about it.
It has nothing to do with Alabama. I don't care.
Bengals.
Michigan's gonna kill
you don't know. You don't know. Whatever.
Bengals
beat Jacksonville Monday Night Football 34-31. That's sports.
All right, it's magazines for $600 today. And I don't mean the kind of ones with pages stuck together that you found in your brother's room.
No.
It's all been wrinkled up by humidity over the years because it's from 1978 still.
Okay.
Magazine 600. Henry Windsor founded this popular magazine in 1902 for laymen interested in emerging technologies.
I'll
do that again because I stumbled a little bit, didn't I?
Yeah. A little
Henry Windsor founded this popular magazine in 1902 for laymen interested in emerging technologies.
I'm going to guess, and I think this is a great guess, whether it's wrong or not. This is a great guess.
Give me a
Popular
great guess.
Mechanics.
Look at you. That's a great guess.
Because it was right.
That's $600 to the good. Right there. All day, every day. 43,000 in the hole. And that's being generous right there. 43,000.
All right. And again, the rest of you, suck it up and get back to work.
That's right. Go scream at your kids some more and make sure the therapists stay in work for the next generation. Perfect. We'll see you next year or whenever we're going to see. I don't know.
See ya.
Welcome back, Muskegon. Some rain and snow could fall today, but it looks like impacts will be very limited. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Like I said, a light mix is possible today, and it looks like most of it would be snow rather than rain. But even the snow would bring very low impacts to the area as temperatures will stay in the mid to upper 30s, and will get even warmer up until Friday, and then cooler weather will move in for the weekend. And speaking of the weekend, we do have an interesting storm on the way, possibly for Sunday into Monday. But this is what the future radar will look like for today at 10 a.m. You can see most of it is snow, but some rain could mix in with this as well. And like I said, less than an inch of snow would be expected out of this, maybe even less than half an inch of snow. So we're not expecting any impacts to the roadways, thankfully. So for your Tuesday, expect a mix of rain and snow, especially in the morning hours. It will start to wrap up during the afternoon, but stay cloudy with temperatures in the upper 30s. We'll cool down into the upper 20s, though, overnight, with mostly cloudy to maybe partly cloudy skies. And then our attention turns to Sunday and Monday of next week, since basically Wednesday through Saturday looks dry and fairly nice, especially for December. But this storm system definitely bears watching as we get to Sunday, because it will likely bring severe weather to the south and maybe a snowstorm somewhere in the Great Lakes. So we'll definitely have to keep our eyes on that. And you can see that on our 7-day forecast, with Sunday being the day at least we'll have to watch. We still have plenty of time to watch it as well, so things will change, but just know Sunday into Monday could have an impactful storm system somewhere in the Great Lakes. But in the meantime, besides today, looks fairly dry and fairly nice as well, with temperatures warming to around 50 degrees by Friday. And that's your Tuesday forecast, brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon Channel. And I'm Cole Woods Weather, and have a great day today.